Good
Good.
morning.
How are you
Di-
today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, but it looks like I'm kung fu fighting again this morning. It's
Yeah,
because I got a thousand things open, but I just gotta share our live to the Facebook group, and then I can close some of them, and maybe my lips will sync.
yeah, because I'm noticing your lips are not going with your words, but oh well. So finally, we have sunshine.
Yeah, but it's gonna be brief.
No, 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 it's not. It's not going to be brief. It's going to be fine. Don't put it out there. We've had enough rain. It's actually beautiful. Our surroundings are green here, and Sheldon is presently out cutting down the poison ivy and the poison oak before it starts to blossom and become poisonous. Because I guess right now is the time to cut it down when it's just starting to rear its
Yeah,
ugly head. So he's got his big boots on and he's all covered up and he's out there whippersnippering it down. Just because with all this green and the rain, it's just going to spring out of nowhere and
yeah.
our whole driveway is going to have it on both sides. It's pretty, but it's pretty dangerous. So
You
that
know, um, my I've planted a little garden of herbs this year, and
mhm.
so most of them are doing absolutely phenomenal with the rain, but my
Yep.
oregano is just like not liking it one bit.
Oh,
Yeah, so I don't know what to do with it.
I know. Muddy Toes Edna Sinclair was had some pictures out the other day too, because with all this rain, a lot of her stuff is getting ruined, like on the
Hmm.
farm. So that's very
Hmm.
scary. You might want to reach out to Edna because she might have some hints
Yeah,
for
because
you.
she might have some solutions for me. Yeah, because like yeah, the mint is just fantastic. Like it's like tripled in size from what I had because it really likes this weather.
Yeah.
I have some dill, I have some rosemary, I have some cilantro, I got some parsley. All of those are doing great. But my oregano, oh, my tomato plants are lovely. Like, you know, but my oregano, yeah, it's not liking this one bit. And I'm so sad because it was doing so well when it was inside. Like I had the plant inside for the longest and it was like
Yeah.
just gorgeous and giving so many leaves, and anyways, now it's just like all withered and old and shriveled and not doing well at all.
Oh my God. Yeah,
Oh well.
I would ask Edna. She might have some tricks and tips for you.
Yeah,
or
but
or
it's kind of weird because I was like, you would think that like why would it, like all the other ones are doing so well, like
yeah.
why would this one, and the grass is doing phenomenal.
Oh, I know. I know. Ours too. Actually, the other person you could ask is our very own Anna. Ask Anna the
Oh
gardening
yeah.
questions. She'd probably know.
Hmm.
Anna knows absolutely everything. So I've
I'll
got
have to shoot her an email.
yeah, shoot her an email and kind of show her a picture. Give her a
Hmm.
visual. Give her a
Hey,
visual.
that's great. Actually, I'll just ask Anna and send her a picture, and she'll answer in the next speaker.
Yeah, because I have problems. Remember many years ago, I gave you a little tropical Christmas tree? I think I gave you
Hmm.
one too,
Yep.
which you killed. Mine's like about 5 feet tall right now, but some of
Oh,
its branches are getting like orangey brown bits on them, like not. It's kind of weird. It looks almost like rust spots. So I shot her an Ask Anna
well,
yesterday.
yeah, that's kind of what like my oregano is kind of looking like. It's just well, it's brown and like I don't know. It's weird. It's brown
Unless
spots and like black spots. It's kind of.
Oh, I definitely ask her. Yeah, it's got something going on. Anyway, did you
Hmm.
do any interesting visiting over the last week or the weekend? Did you come across anything
Mm,
new? Or have you been stuck at your computer working on the staycation issue?
oh my God, this is such a big endeavor. Like I don't think you guys understand how much work there is behind these issues. Like we're just a team of two, right? So it's
Yeah.
well, we have contributors and stuff, but for the layout and stuff, My-Liis does the seeker side, and I do the staycation side. But it's a lot of work, man. It's just like, but it's gonna be gorgeous.
It
It's going to
is.
be a really nice issue. So yeah, I've been kind of stuck, but I've made the point in getting up once in a while and walking around. And yesterday I went for a drive. I because I'm always looking at like houses and open houses, and
Yep.
'cause, this is a nice area. The house we have is okay, but the goal would be to turn it into a rooming house at one point and
Oh,
buy something else. So I'm always, when I see something that interests me, I so the kids and I do like open houses on Sundays
yeah,
often.
yeah.
My That was my entertainment for the weekend. I went to took Trinity to the Craftsman's Cafe.
Hmm.
To try the samosas and the pizza. Oh my God, guys, you gotta try the samosas at that place. They are just to die for. The pizza is really good as well. It's like a flatbread pizza. Um, I'm so glad they reopened. Well, they didn't reopen. They opened
They
where
open.
grind used to be.
Yep.
But it's so nice to have our little coffee shop there again, and they have nice hours because Tilly's awesome for coffee and sandwiches and stuff. But Tilly's closing like early. She's always closing
Yep.
around 2 or 3. So it's nice to have something that's open a little later, all the way to
Yep.
7 o'clock. I think she closes in the weekday. So that's great.
Yeah. And
What
it's
did you
actually
do?
for you, it's easy because it's walking distance
I
too.
just a walk away. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
great.
know. I'm gonna have to try and make it there because it sounds really good.
Hmm.
We actually DJ'd a prom on Saturday, the Tagwee School prom at Bonnie Glen. It was so, I don't know, it's so nice to see these young adults all dressed up, the boys in their suits, the girls in their long dresses, and our plan was to try and keep them there as long as possible. There's a big meal
Hmm.
and awards and the dance, and then there was 3 after parties. So how long do you think we could keep them? 10 o'clock was the limit. They started drifting
Oh,
out around 9. There was
oh
three.
wow.
So Sheldon goes, must be the music. I said, no, it's the fact that there's 3 after parties that they're all going to. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's it's not anything to do with the music. They've all got
Yeah,
other
no, no, the
plans.
after parties are kind of like unmonitored, and it's not like you're in a hall somewhere and
Yeah.
having the chaperones and stuff. Like, yeah, it was
Oh, they had 2 security guards and they had about 8 teachers. So yeah, they were well monitored. But the after parties, we've DJ'd a few of them. I told Sheldon we'll never do that again. They have parents. Parents are usually there monitoring, but it's like, you got kids at some point jumping over the fire and all kinds of stuff going on. And I'm like, I don't want to see any of this. It's
gotcha.
a little bit dangerous. Then I actually got up bright and early on Thursday and went to the mayor's breakfast update.
Yes, you
It,
did.
oh my God, it was early. But you know what? It was worth it because
Yeah.
you learned so much about what's going on in Cornwall right now that we really don't, driving around, we don't see any of it. Like,
Hmm.
so he talked about all
Well,
that.
it's going to be my turn on Thursday because I'm doing the mayor's breakfast in South Stormont. So
Oh, are you? Okay, good.
yeah.
Well, Centre 105 breakfast is coming up, and that's right in Cornwall, Julia. So I'm hoping you'll go to that one. That's a 7:30. Because
We'll
for me,
see.
because for me, it's a half an hour drive to even get into Cornwall. So I have to
Yeah.
really start preparing. But the mayor's, it was good. A lot of good information about what's going on. I did write an article about it. So if anybody wants to
Hmm.
see what is happening, go to theseeker.ca. And, we get this, and then we have the year in review in December. So between the two, there's actually a lot always going on in Cornwall.
Absolutely. So, just a heads up, and I don't have the total scoop yet. I'm gonna have it. I sent in for clarification, so I'll know a little more later. But I got a press release this morning that says that there is a new walk-in clinic opening at the McConnell Center.
Oh, yes.
So if that is a real doctor, because that's what I'm not sure about. I don't know if it's going to be a telemedicine with nurses or if it's going to be actual doctors that are going to be manning the place, but I'm gonna know more later.
Good.
But oh my God, if it's a real walk-in clinic, it would be fantastic.
Yeah, it would because we don't have. Well, there's still something going on in Walmart, but that's a kind of
Yeah,
like
that's a
that. What
telemedicine.
it
It's a
is.
nurse that you see, and then she confers with a or he confers with a doctor on
Okay.
video chat. So, and
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's going to be the same thing. It's the same company than the one at Walmart. So, anyways,
We'll find out.
watch the website for news about that later. You guys
And
can see it.
and then again, IDA Pharmacy on Sydney, they've expanded their clinic too, and there's actual doctors there. So, there's a few places to go to other than going
IDA
to.
has always been a doctor, but it's only on Wednesdays.
No, they've expanded. I saw somewhere on Facebook they've expanded their hours, so they've got a few more days added. Again, I'll look into that and we'll try and get something on that. So you don't have to go for minor things to the emergency because again, I've heard that there's lack of doctors and still long waiting periods. Although my mom did end up in the hospital yesterday, taken by ambulance.
Oh
And
no.
yeah, she was in and out quite fast. She was having some issues, got them checked, and she's okay because she, of course, has heart issues. So we want to take those seriously. But she's all good. She's back again at home. So
Oh,
we're all good. Yeah, it was a little bit of a scary day yesterday, but we're okay again.
nice.
So,
Okay, so who do we have today, my Lise?
well, today, this is one of my favorite places to shop at. Rob McIntosh Unique Shops in Lancaster. So today we've got Barb McIntosh joining us, and we've got Alex McIntosh joining us today. Oh,
Hi
we
there, how
have.
are you?
There we go.
So welcome, Alex. Is your grandmother going to be joining us at some point, do you think? Or
Uh, no, she's not here yet. If she does, she'll just join in halfway, I guess.
oh, well, that's good to see.
She might just stroll in, yeah.
She doesn't actually live there then the entire time. She does go home.
Well, she's home right now. She lives 3 minutes from here.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a truly family owned business. I know that because whenever I drop the Seekers off, you can always find your grandma and grandpa somewhere. One is organizing or doing something, and
Yeah,
and I've
they're there. They live here. They live here.
you
They're
know,
fine.
yeah, that's why it was
Yeah.
good to see that she actually does go home
Yeah.
sometimes.
No, they go home when they need to. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, the place runs awesomely, and you're there as well. So,
Yeah.
so can you tell us a little bit? What do you do there? What is your role there, and what is
So
their role there?
so I guess technically on paper, my role is I'm the buyer. So I'm taking a big part into buying all the products and finding new brands, companies, and stuff to work with. But really, I kind of work on everything, doing a bit of everything. I just to learn everything because eventually I hope to take over and stuff. So I can't just jump in and I need to learn everything. But my grandma and grandpa's role is kind of they do everything. They really do. They do all the paperwork. They do everything behind the scenes. They buy everything. They can do with employees. Everything. It's all them.
It's amazing because I think your grandpa is like around 84 years old, and
Yeah.
he's like an energizer bunny. He's like from you walk through and he's in one corner, and then you go a little bit further and he's somewhere else.
Oh, you can move quick. Yeah.
Oh
it's
yeah,
kind of like your mom, my Lise. Your mom is the same way.
yeah. I don't know what is it with these older people. They've got so much more energy than we do. I'm not sure.
Oh,
That's why I
they
wonder.
just they don't want to stop.
I know they don't want to stop because then if
No.
they
No
stop, they're
matter
going
how
to.
hard I try to get them to take a day off, it doesn't work.
Yeah, because if they stop, they think they're going to grow old, right? They don't want that. But
Not only
that's why I want your grandma to come and give us her secret because
I
Julia and
saw
I
her
need
just
it.
she just drove in here, so she might
Did
just
she?
stroll over here.
So you must know the history of Rob McIntosh, how it all started, how you got to where you are today, and all the little
Yes.
steps.
I
So
don't know
tell us
all the
about
little
it.
steps. I know the big picture. I know bits and pieces. I wasn't there the whole time really, so I've only been around since we had one store. I was there. I was about 10 years old when we closed the last one in Kingston, and I was there helping, but I was 10, so I don't really remember it.
Mhm.
Um, but really, it started all. It was Macintosh and Watts originally, which was my great grandfather and his sister. They started out with just a coffee shop, and then they turned into selling mugs and tea sets and all that stuff. And then it just kind of expanded into the China business. And eventually, my grandpa Rob, he decided to go start one on his own in Cornwall, in the Cornwall Square,
Yep,
and he
I
called it
remember.
So
Rob.
I
Yeah,
just one sec. Did you say your great grandpa
yeah, that was
that
Macintosh and
started
Watts.
it? Okay.
That's
So
technically it's not the same thing anymore, but yeah,
right, but I mean, he was like in business and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
wow.
That's all been
Okay.
the. There's still Macintosh and Watts, and there's still a retail store in Ottawa, and the mugs trading is still in Ottawa, which is my uncle that does that.
Okay.
But with Rob McIntosh, yeah. So my grandpa started out in Cornwall, and eventually, once so then my grandma joined him to help out, and then they had my dad and my uncle. They joined when they were second they could start walking. Really, we've been all doing it our whole lives, and eventually it
Yeah.
went up to 30 some stores across Canada. They were really really big, and life happened and stuff, and everybody kind of had to separate and go their own ways. And now we're down to one store, but it's our 45th, 46th year anniversary. We started in 1979, so it's been around forever, and they're still kicking, and we're still doing great. And now it's kind of I'm up next. It's my turn, and kind of excited. I'll be the third or fourth, and Macintosh to take over, and I think it's really cool.
I I I remember growing up, like that was such a prestigious name,
Yeah,
you
Mm-hmm.
know? Like everybody wanted a Rob Macintosh, like they wanted to go to Rob Macintosh and buy their um dinnerware there, and like it was such a reputable, it is still a very reputable name and trusted, and so that's great. So you're going to take over.
yeah. And so after I'm done university, I'm going to Ottawa U, taking business. Once I'll graduate in 2 or 3 years, depending on I play hockey as well. So depending on how hockey goes, is more when I'll graduate. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so after that, then I'll be fully here, full time, doing everything I can to push everything. But for now, my summers I'm here, and during the school year and stuff, I try to come as much as I can, and I still do stuff from home and take phone calls and all that stuff. But
So I read somewhere that Rob McIntosh, where you are now, it started off with a schoolhouse. Is that kind of the location where you are? Because to me, it's like a little village that you've got going there. Like it's
yeah,
awesome.
so every building has its own history. Really, the one I'm
Yeah.
standing in right now, it's an old bank and post office. We transferred them from everywhere. It wasn't all just originally here.
Okay.
So yeah, so this one here, there's still the old bank safe right in front of me. It had to be transferred with the building because they couldn't get it out.
Yeah.
Oh
I,
wow.
I don't know how old it is. It's really old, but nobody's ever. We've had the safe crackers and stuff come, and nobody can get it open. So maybe there's $1 million in there. Maybe there's nothing. Who knows?
and
Oh my
no,
God.
and
Yeah.
nobody can get into it.
No, no, no. We've
Can
we've
I
had we've hired people. People have tried. Everybody that comes in tries to
Oh
open it.
my God.
Yeah,
can I
sealed
take a
shut.
crack at it if I visit?
You want to crack
Maybe
at
I'll
it?
be lucky.
You can come and give it a go. You can try all your little tricks. I hope you do open it.
Oh my God. Like, can you imagine? It could have a lot of valuable stuff in there. Like, I'm sure
It's,
there is valuable stuff
for
in
sure,
there.
there's something. Yeah, who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
really
what
cool.
about the schoolhouse, though? Is that one of the buildings as well? Because with your history, I read somewhere that they had started with a schoolhouse. They bought a schoolhouse in Lancaster. How does
Yeah,
that fit
so
in there?
so the cafe building used to be a school actually.
Oh, okay. Okay.
My mom was the last student there. She was the last age to be there.
Oh my God, that's so
Yeah,
Oh, no
interesting.
way.
yeah, yeah. And then so then once the school stopped, we kind of this was originally just a warehouse for all of our other stores, and eventually they started selling things out of here, and it just turned into a store. Really, it was just originally a warehouse, turned into a store,
Oh,
started doing really well. These outdoor buildings we transferred over here from other places, and turned it into a huge complex. Really,
so
and
this was the school bought into, or was the school actually there whenever? Has the schoolhouse always been in that location, or?
well, so there's two. So there's the I'll show you the Canada room after that. That used to be a schoolhouse as well.
Oh,
That was
okay.
originally a schoolhouse that we had to get transferred over from Williamstown, I think. I'm not 100% sure which town, but over then across the way was an actual school.
Oh, wow. So each
Mhm.
building has its own history as well.
Every single room does, really.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. What
Mhm.
I like about it though, and I can't remember if it was always like that, but now you've got all the buildings are kind of joined together, especially on the cafeteria side. Because I know when I come to deliver the seekers, I start there, I drop off there, and then I walk all the way through to the other
Yeah.
side. And I guess that was it wasn't always like that, but it was done like that so older people in the winter didn't have to go outside. That's what I was told. It's really
Yeah. So
interesting.
it used to be closed off in the back in the warehouse where all the china and bedding is now.
Okay.
We opened that up for the public
Okay.
hallway. Then we opened up the hallway and we started opening up everything just to we have
Make
more
it
stuff
one
we can
big.
show people. We keep finding new products that we love and we want to bring them in and we think you guys will love. So we decided, well, we should give them more, keep giving more.
Yeah, so it's like Julia. I know it was been a long time since you've been there,
It's
but
been like the last time I went, I remember I bought an Obama plate for my husband. That was, you can't use Obama
We don't have those anymore.
commemorative plate. And I had bought that for my husband, but it's been I want to say pre-COVID last time I've been.
Yeah,
So I gotta take a drive and go.
yeah,
yeah, but you make sure you got lots of time because if you start at one end, you're going to walk through and find all kinds of nooks and crannies and all kinds of areas and stuff. You need a lot of
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
But
yeah.
Barb just got here. If you guys want to say hi, come on.
Sure.
Oh, hi, how are you? Thank you.
Hi.
Thank you for
come
having us.
come over a little bit, Barb. Close it, Alex. We can only see half of you.
Oh, there, good to
Awesome.
see you. Half, yeah.
How are you? Yeah,
I'm
we
good.
were.
How are you?
I'm good. It's awesome because anytime you come in, you can find you and Rob somewhere in the store doing something. So I said to Alex, it's so nice to know that she actually goes home. She doesn't live there.
Well, I was looking for him. I didn't know which building he was in, so I was running from building to building just to find you. So, all right, so here we are. So it's pretty exciting
Yeah.
news. They are our Canada store. We're kind of really awfully excited about this because these buildings are, you know, because you've been so many times, these buildings are
Mhm.
so
We
historic.
were talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like this building that we're standing in was, I think they said 1781. It was a
Oh,
store in Williamstown. And so in 17, it's been a store since 1781. So we kind of figured that the building's happy to be back in in the root, right? So
Yeah.
yeah,
so so this
for
building was from
sure.
Williamstown. The building on the other end was from Bedalbin near Dalkeith.
Okay.
And the building in the middle was a convenience store in Gananoque that a fellow from Williamstown decided to move here, and then he didn't want it. So we said, oh, well, we got a lot of these historic buildings anyway, so you can join the crowd, right? And then we joined it all together with the tunnel.
Wow.
And the wood from the tunnel was bought from a guy just north of Alexandria. So it's a very Glengarry historical building
Yeah,
setup. So the fact that we're turning it into a Canada store is just absolutely perfect, right? Like it suits it. It's good. It's good for the community, and it's good for Canada. It's good for the buildings. So and
So
the
what
history.
did
so
yeah.
so I have to ask if so is the climate with the tariffs and everything, is that a factor in you deciding to go with a Canada building?
A little bit, but not so much the tariffs because we really always bought Canadian. So it wasn't the tariffs, but it was the Canada bombardment, like
Elbows
the
up kind of
excitement,
thing.
the connection, the country, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So awesome. And I know you're gonna run us through a little bit and show us around.
Yeah, we'll show you guys around and show you everything we got out here.
So
Great.
basically you start off because from the pictures, it's awful because I haven't had a chance to go look, but I will when I come to deliver the
Mhm.
secret. You start with the Tilly building, right? The building that's
Yeah,
got
that's
Tilly
the
on it.
that's the building
That's
we're
where
in
you
now.
go in. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I've got a
So
picture of where it is.
the gentleman that runs Tilly, that owns Tilly, he used to be Joe Fresh. he also owns Joe
Okay.
Fresh. So it was his idea. He said 2 iconic Canadian companies joined together to celebrate Canada. And I thought that was a really neat
Yeah.
concept, right? Like 2 iconic Canadian companies. Like we started in 1979 in Cornwall Square,
Yep.
and Tilly started in 1980. So, that's how long that both companies have been around, and both very Canadian, obviously Canadian looks. And so this is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. So do you
Wow.
want to kind of show us around?
Yeah, I'll see if I can turn the camera around. I can't, so I will have to just flip my phone.
Okay.
Let me know if you guys can see well.
Oh
Yep.
yeah,
We
that
we can
working?
see.
Good.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
my
we
God.
have a huge hat wall all the way down.
There's the safe, Julia.
Yeah, right here.
Where?
Right
Oh, wow.
there. Can you crack it?
Oh my God.
Yeah, give it a good look.
That
See if
is
you can.
insane. That is insane.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
yeah, not safe. Nobody can open, but we have around 1,000 hats on display over here. Come over, and then
Wow.
we have a huge men's section of clothing,
Okay.
and our ladies section. You guys may be more interested in that section here. It's all colorful and
Last time I was in that building, you had a lot of sheets and comforters and Christmas decor, and now it's completely different. Holy
yeah,
cow.
that was a while ago. We keep changing out here, but this is hopefully going
Yeah.
to stick. This is another section of Tilly. We have all our underwear and socks and all of that stuff.
Okay.
Down this hallway, it's a huge Indigenous section, it's all Canadian and Canadian Indigenous.
So that's the
This is the tunnel, yeah. We have puzzles, mugs,
Okay.
water bottles, clothing.
Colors. Mention the colors, Indigenous colors.
It's all Indigenous colors and designs.
nice.
Nice.
This is our fitting room and just more Indigenous tea towels and mugs and stuff.
Nice.
So in this room, this is our tablecloth room. It's all Canadian made. It's all high-end tablecloths.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not the same
No, it's changed very much.
look that was
Yeah.
there last time I went.
That's Maxwell pottery. This is all Canadian made pottery here.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Little boats.
And then we have a Manitoba muckluck section here.
Oh, it's moccasins. Yeah.
All the
Oh,
ladies seem
nice.
to love the shoes. I know my mom
Yeah.
does. She wears them every day, and it's the most comfy thing she'd ever worn.
Oh,
So in here, this is when we get into our Canadian section. This is all Canadian souvenirs, Canadian plush,
hats
flags, almost anything you want that has a flag on it, we have.
and flags.
We have our mugs
Okay.
here.
Nice. Yeah, you used that used to be full of Crocs.
Yeah, this used to be the big
all your
Crocs room,
right?
yeah. But now
Yeah.
it's kind of changed more into our Canada room.
Nice.
Oh, Canada.
Yeah. So these are our actual Macintosh mugs here. I don't know if you guys can see them on the screen.
Oh, beautiful.
And these are our Glengarry ones designed.
Oh,
Oh.
nice.
So yeah, that's our Canada building, and that's all the product we got out here.
Beautiful.
Now, you've also got, and I can't remember, somebody called Mackenzie has joined you with his teas as well. So is that in the Canada side
That's
as
over.
well?
That's over in our
The
cafe.
office
But yeah,
teas
that
or
was
something?
Scott McKenzie. That's his tea.
Okay. Okay. So you're kind of joining forces with different local
Yeah,
people?
he's actually my uncle, Scott McKenzie. He was born in Bainville,
Oh.
and now lives in Vancouver. Yeah, but yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
all a
And
family.
Cool.
and because I was reading that people think that authors need to drink alcohol, but they don't. Tea makes them write a lot better. And you've got 4 different types there too, so got to check that out. I'm trying to
Yeah,
drink
well,
more tea.
he knows more about all the writing sort of things, but they do.
Yeah. Yeah. So no,
But
that's
he
really
So I'm kind of a foodie, so I'm wondering what you serve in your cafe.
in our cat. Well, if you're a foodie, then you would love the crazy cookies.
Okay,
Yes, those
crazy
are some of the
cookies.
best cookies I've ever had in my life. We have
is
Okay,
there's no sandwich, man. It's bakery style
okay.
foods. There's
So
cookies.
just like
There's what are they called?
and coffee,
Butter tarts.
obviously.
Yeah, obviously there's all
Oh,
sorts of
butter
coffees,
tarts.
teas. But then so that's the fresh food that we have. But
Okay.
we also have any kind of food you want. We have a British section. We have a Thai
yeah,
section. We have chocolate. We have candy. We got any food you can't find in a grocery store. It's kind of all exotic.
You had
yeah,
me at butter tart. Well worth
Butter tarts is your
the
go-to.
drive. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, definitely.
everyone loves those. Yeah,
My favorite is the British
They're great.
section. Because I'm
yeah.
from England, so
Oh, you are?
yeah, I'm from England originally. Moved here in '79, so I always steer to the British section because Barb's
Mhm.
always got some new stuff in there.
Oh, there's always
And
something new.
the Branston pickle is what
Yeah.
I bought last. We've got so many different styles and flavors, and I love that. No, with the
What part of
chips.
England are you from?
I'm from Leicester, from the Midlands.
Okay.
Yeah, like Leicester is the big city, like
Hmm.
Toronto, and then I'm actually from Wigston. It's a little
Yeah.
branch out from you could
I
you
wouldn't know the
walk,
small towns out there, but yeah.
but yeah, Leicester's in the Midlands. I moved here in '79, so that's why any British stuff that she brings in, I check it out right away. And every time I
So
go in, there's
when you were moving here, they were starting a store.
Yeah.
exactly. I remember when you were in Cornwall Square
Yeah, yeah,
when we
that was a
when
really neat story. It was really beautiful.
well, the Cornwall Square was really beautiful when we moved here. It was bustling, it was busy. There was Sneaky Pete's was in there. There was so many places, and sadly now it's not the same at all.
No, I know.
So
Sad to see.
What was Sneaky Pete?
it was a restaurant.
Oh,
Hmm.
Yeah,
interesting. Yeah,
yeah.
I miss those, mall restaurants. I miss those. Those were so good. Like the diners in malls usually.
Oh, but
They
things
were
have
always
changed
really
so
good.
much since those days.
I
Like,
know.
we got to go for the future. The future is Canada. And that's what we're going
Yes.
for, right? So basically, the mall was really fun when it first started. It was really exciting. But this new thing that's going on in Canada is really exciting. We're seeing it everywhere. And we're seeing it with the customers are coming every day. And they're so pleased that we're doing this, that Alex and his father are actually the main forces that are driving this because they're young and they're new and it's exciting, right? And
Hmm. Hmm.
and I told guys like we like Sneaky Pete's, but we no longer it doesn't exist anymore. That was history, and it was
I
great
know.
history. But it's the future is really exciting, and
Yeah.
so we're really excited about starting a new, and
Yeah.
Cornwall's on the move. You know that Cornwall's starting to really boom, and so we're just all in the right place at the right time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And
But
thanks to our neighbors from the south. Thanks to our
Where is
neighbors from
Barb?
the south.
Bring Barb in.
It's
I can hear her, but I can't see her. Where is she?
I'm kicking her.
There you
I'm
are.
kicking her.
Okay.
So basically, well, thanks to our neighbors to the south, they've pushed us fast into this, right? And it's about time because we are a great country. Great people, exciting, and so what we're doing is we're pushing it. We're really believing this, and uh, and we're working with other people who really believe in it and believe in retailing and where we're moving forward to. And the tariffs are the tariffs. So what the heck, like it was COVID last time, and then before that it was some other thing, right? So this is just one of the things, right? But what it
yes.
has done is brought forth this huge Canadian swelling of people who want to say, well, not for sale mugs are huge. Like we're selling a lot of Canada is not for sale. Or
Oh,
there's
that's
another one that's
great.
called elbows up. We sell elbows up mugs,
Yeah.
right? And so
Yeah.
that I mean that's fun too. But but
Yeah.
Tilly is our main. Tilly is our main.
Yeah.
Tilly is our
Tilly's the reason this all started out here. Was
and
us
Yeah.
working with them and then built off the whole Canada thing and
yeah. Yeah. The,
Yeah.
the
That's
indigenous, of
awesome.
course, we've done indigenous for years,
Yeah.
but the indigenous is this indigenous companies we deal with, part of every sale goes to the artist. We really like
Okay.
that. Like,
Oh,
yeah, that's very cool. And both we two or three, and they're indigenous companies run by indigenous, and they give and then they pick the artists, and then they give the proceeds, some of the proceeds, I bet not terribly much, but some of the proceeds
To the
to the
artist.
artist, right? So
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, what I really like about your store, and I mean, it's more than a store, right? It's so much more
it
than just
is.
a store.
It's
You
a
know what
little
it reminds
village.
me of? Yeah, it reminds me of Vermont. Like when you go to Vermont
Yeah.
and they
that's
have all
Yeah.
actually
these,
what that was. Rob and I used to hang out in Vermont a lot when we were young,
oh yeah, you
and
can tell.
yeah, and this was when the first building it went for sale in Williamstown, and we bought it and we to move it here, and they actually let the high school out to watch us do that, right? And they
Hmm.
and so we moved the building over here, and it was called the Catnaw Building in Williamstown. It was called the Catnaw Building, and there were two aunts, Catnaw aunts, that lived on Highway 2, and they came over and they said, "Oh, the building is really happy here." It was very cute,
Yeah,
right?
Oh,
Really,
yeah,
really
yeah.
cute. And so yeah, so I mean, and then we moved. Then we moved this. But the Bredownbin Schoolhouse was, as I say, it was right next to the Bredownbin Church, just north of Duck Heath. And so then we moved that here. They had to put it flat and then put it on a flatbed and then put it back up when they got here. So all of this was moved here because we had been to Vermont and we'd seen that whole Vermont look and we loved it, right? Like the little
Hmm.
cute Vermont old fashioned look. But it's interesting now because with merging with Tilly has gone very modern.
Mhm.
And so what you
Oh,
got is you've got us with our little old historical Vermont village, and them with their very slick, modern, and even Scott McKenzie with his slick tea. I mean, it's people. By the way, we had a lady come in yesterday who had bought that tea and drank it, and she really wanted. I have to have more. She said, "I have to have more."
yeah.
And so we were really glad about that because when you have a new product,
Yeah.
especially if it's in the family, you really want to make sure that it does taste as good as we say it does. So
yeah.
they
Hmm.
yeah. So it's very exciting, but so we're sort of taking slick and mixing it with historical Glengarry and then a lot of business experience, and we're hoping that it's really, 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 really going to be fun.
Mhm.
Fun.
A winning combination for sure.
Barb,
Yeah.
I gotta ask you though, how do you have so much energy? You and Rob both. Like, what is your secret? You know, you're
We're
always so
having
full of
fun.
energy.
Actually, we're having fun. Actually when Alex, when we tried to talk Alex into coming into the business, because there's so many things to do in the world nowadays, and he said, "Why would you still work at the age you guys are?" And I said, "Because we're having fun. Like we really have fun. The people that work for us are having fun, and we meet people like so many. It's like you. We meet so many people, and they tell us their stories, and we tell them our
Yeah.
stories, and it's just fun. It's fun. That's why we do it. That's why we energize. And I mean, you're kind of crazy, but it's fun. So that's how we have so much energy. And that's what
Yeah.
Alex see. Alex sees that
Yeah.
when he was 3 years old, he was helping Rob load the truck, and he was having fun, right? Like you could just tell it was fun. So we really are. I can't say enough how much we believe in Canada. That like we really, really, and Glengarry and Cornwall, and like the whole neighborhood is a super neighborhood, and
Yes.
it's kind of the forgotten neighborhood in Canada, even though this is where Ontario began, right? And
Hmm.
and so we're trying to put it on the map again. So like this is very exciting. We really, really hope it works and works as well as we want it to. And thank you for letting us. Thank you
Yeah.
for that letting us have a podcast to say that, right? So
So, what is your
You're very
exact,
welcome.
for anybody that doesn't know where you are, what's your exact location and your contact info and phone numbers, stuff like that, website?
Mhm.
What?
okay, well, it's actually exit 814 off the 401 is what we say. So we say the corner of Highway 2 and Highway 34 is what we say,
Mhm.
or we say exit 814 off the 401. And
Okay.
then we're right near McDonald's, which is not
There's
great.
McDonald's, Tim Hortons, all the subway
Yep.
and stuff, the gas station right up the highway. It's right in front of us.
Yeah, so we're right at an exit, and then our website is robmcintosh.ca, and that has all the information, including a map,
Yep.
and yeah, so it's really easy to find. It's really big. Oh, and actually, we didn't tell you, Tums, Thums, you know, the Thai restaurant in Cornwall,
Hmm.
Yeah.
it's putting a food truck here for the summer on our property.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just
nice.
setting it up right now. Yeah,
Yeah. So that was really fun because it just expands the neighborhood food industry, and it also
Yep.
it's a fun thing to
it's
have,
kind of
right?
perfect for like a en route if you're driving through the highway and stuff
Yep.
and you need a little break. You can stop by, walk around instead of going to a boring
Yeah,
where it's just a A&W.
Yeah.
absolutely.
That probably
Exactly.
is a clock.
And
Much better.
there's a little building when you drive in. It's to your left, and it's kind of round. I think you used to have ice
I
cream in that
Uh,
one point. Is that?
I gotta tell you that Rob. So Saint Laurent Shopping Center in Ottawa was the first indoor mall. And Rob's family had put a store in there. And they were very nervous. This is a great story, actually. They were very nervous because they had never been in an indoor mall before. They'd always been on Bank Street or on a main street, you know, as a store. And so Rob's job was to take care of this. It was called the Silver Circle. It had all sterling silver for brides and things like that. And so that was that building, only it didn't have a roof. And so then many
Oh,
years later, and so it was right in the middle of, in front of Sears, in the middle of and so Rob's job was to buy for that building. That was his first kind of big, responsible job, right? And so years later, somebody said, "We're throwing it out. It's no good." And I said, "You can't throw it out. I'm moving it to Glengarry." So we built a little
oh,
pad, and it was a post office for 10 years. We made it into a post office for 10 years, and that now
oh.
but it's been many, many things. But it's so we call it the upside down ice cream cone, and and it's sort of a magic thing because it was Rob at the very beginning, and so it's really, really fun. So, but we can never had actually had a. It's hard because if people go over there, they find it far to come in. So we don't. We just use it for
Oh,
storage now.
mhm.
okay. Because yeah, I wondered if it was ever going to become something again.
Well,
But
we love it. We'd love
So
you like to
cute.
rent it. We're all up for that. We'll take it. Actually, we had one student who rented it one summer, and she made hand carved signs, and she did really well. But you kind of have to really, we've had different things over the years that
Dollar
were.
store.
It was a dollar store. And here, Alex's younger brother sold a dollar stuff in there, and he did $20 one day, and he was all excited. Um, some lady came in, she said, "This cutest little kid told me that he was at $18 and he was trying to get to 20." And so I had
oh,
to buy
Oh,
two items, right? So anyway, but yeah, so it was a dollar store, and it was a chocolate shop at one time. That's why we
yep,
sell so many chocolates now, because it was a chocolate shop. But
yep.
nobody ever stayed. So if you know anybody, we'd love to see them. And a lot of people want to make it into a restaurant, but there's no toilets in there, so they're not allowed, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's
mhm.
just small. And your hours are really good too, because you only close apparently 3 days of the year. Otherwise,
Yeah,
you're open 7 days a week, all through the year.
open every day. Rain or shine, we're here.
That's
Wow.
Mhm.
yeah, that's awesome. Because you close at
So
what?
what 3 days?
Christmas Day,
Christmas,
I
New
believe.
Year's,
Christmas,
and
New Year's,
And
and
Family
Family
Day.
Day.
oh
Family
wow.
Day.
Mhm.
Otherwise, your hours are what? What are your hours?
We're Monday through Saturday, 10 to 5, Sundays, 11 to 5.
Wow.
And in the summer we expanded to 6. And lately we've been opening at 10 on Sundays because people keep coming, and we didn't want them not to, because they're traveling, they're going
Yeah.
from somewhere to somewhere. So we
Right.
kind of we've unofficially been letting people come. It's not our official hours, but we open anyway, right?
So Julia, this woman just radiates when you love what you do. You never work a day in your life.
Absolutely.
It's true.
Absolutely.
It is true. It
Absolutely.
is true. It's a ton of fun, and what we're doing now. This is really exciting. We really we really feel that we're right dead on now. And
Yeah.
that's one of the big challenges of reach. I'm sure this challenge of podcasts and the challenges of everything is that you're looking for the strategy, is that the strategy to try to make something work and
Yeah.
Well, because
strategically.
everything moves so fast, right?
Mhm.
So
Oh,
you have
Yeah.
to
especially
kind of
now,
keep
eh? I
up.
mean, now it's just like 10
Changes
seconds.
every week and everything.
Yeah, you don't know what's going to
Yep.
happen next, right? So we're
Right.
strategically, Canada is which I love. I think this is superb, right? But it fits so easily into what we believe as human beings,
Yep.
and so and I had a really really cute man in the hallway the other day, and what did I say? And I said yes, but of course we do like our neighbors. And he said, well, we don't like them that much, we have to talk about can. And I laughed because I've never had that conversation in the hallway before, like, so you never know what anybody's going to do. So we were really grateful that you let us have this podcast. We think it's really good. Alex is just the future. He really likes it. He's going to be around. So Rob McIntosh is going to be here for another 100 years, which is
Hopefully.
Awesome.
I don't know if you live the whole 100 years, but I won't be here, but I'll be upstairs watching, right? And the
Yep.
Oh, thank you so much, both of you, for coming on. So
Thank you for having us.
yeah, I learned a lot about the buildings, and I'll be looking at the buildings in a different way when I come over
I
next
I
time.
think I think I'm going to take a drive there today because I got her
Yeah,
some
Julia, I
Christmas
think you're gonna have to
cake,
very
so I'm
soon.
probably going to have to. Yep. All right. Thank you so much for being with us. Have a great
Thank you
day.
guys. Have a good day.
Thank
All right.
you.
Bye
See you
bye.
soon. Bye for now.
Oh boy, what a great story.
Well,
Like, I'm serious. I'm going to have to go now.
I didn't know about all the historical buildings and stuff. I knew the bank was
No,
there
that's
because
so.
I knew the safe is in there, but I didn't know that all the buildings were bought from somewhere else. So, and
Yeah,
especially
that's such a cool story.
I love that story about the upside down ice cream cone building because I often
Hmm.
wondered what.
Like, what a beautiful way to preserve history, you know?
Yeah, but and
Yeah.
especially that was his first ever place that he sold. So they had to
Hmm.
bring that building over. I love it. I really love it.
Yeah.
But it's weird because a lot of people still think Rob McIntosh China. Well, China is just a little section that they have. When you
Yeah.
walk through that place, you can do your whole Christmas shopping there. There's absolutely
Hmm.
everything from Crocs. Now they've got a whole leather
Yeah,
section.
I'm on their website right now, and they have such a like they have beautiful mugs with like paintings of like Van Gogh and stuff.
Oh
It's just
yeah,
beautiful. Like the yeah.
they have the Anushka line of shoes and purses. They've got clothes from Scotland. They have everything. It's amazing. So that's why I'm telling you, if you go there, make sure you've got at least an hour minimum
Mhm.
to look through everything.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
it's really nice. And they keep the one side open in the winter, the cafeteria and main store, and then they close the other side because again, for people to walk across in the bad weather, there's a reason
Yeah.
for that. Then, but you can walk all the way through in the tunnels that join every single building together. So it's amazing.
Mhm.
So yep, that was awesome to have them on and see their new Canada building. But I've got a
Absolutely.
few things going on. I'm all excited actually for Thursday, May the 29th, because in South Glengarry, it's the big article pickup day for the garbage. Pretty sad when I'm all excited about
Oh,
that, right? Because we've got
okay.
well, I'm doing still a lot of purging in the basement, and there's so much stuff that we need to put out. So I'll be putting stuff out to the road early because people tend to drive around on those days and pick things
Yeah.
up. I know Cornwall is the same because Trash to Treasure weekend is coming up as well. So,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
we've got tonight. Business Sisters are meeting in Castleview Golf and Country Club in Castleman from 5 to 7. I will be attending that event like I do with all the Business Sisters events. It's a great networking time. Then we have Spring Creativity at the Glengarry Market happening on Thursday. I think it's Thursday. painting, it's a mala workshop, mala making workshop. And I found out that mala, it means garland or string beads. So that should be an exciting workshop. Friday, May the 30th from 1 to 3, Focus on Realism is taking place at the Klein House Gallery in Cornwall. So there's a few short films that are going to be shown with moderator Sean George, who writes for The Seeker. Some very interesting articles. Check them out.
What time is that at?
That's from 1 to 3 on Friday at the Klein House.
Putting it
Saturday,
in the calendar.
yeah, put it in the calendars. Yeah, it's just across the road from you, so you can pop over. Saturday, May 31st to June.
Whoa! You forgot. Friday the 30th at 6:30 is Lobster Fest,
No,
and
Saturday.
we're attending that.
Saturday.
I thought it was the 30th.
I think it's the 30th. I think it's the 31st, Julia.
Okay, we're gonna have to double check that. I thought for sure it was the 30th.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go get the ticket because we
No,
are.
it's okay. You can check after. It's
Make
all
sure,
right.
yeah, make sure we're going on the right day. We don't want to go the day before and miss it, because that is
Mhm.
an awesome event. We can never even eat the 3 lobsters. It's too much lobster.
It's too much lobster. May 30th, 2025, my dear.
So
I'm
it's
just looking at it
Friday.
right now. Yes.
Oh my
I
goodness.
had it on my calendar, so yeah, 30th. It's a good thing because I was planning my vacation all around this. Because next week I'm leaving, my dear. I'm leaving you for 7 days.
Again.
I'm leaving on Wednesday. Yes, I'm going to Cuba.
I had no idea. You know what? This chick, she just picks up and takes off at any given time. I can't even track her down half the time. So you're leaving Wednesday. I'm going to put this in my calendar. You're leaving
Yeah, I'm
Wednesday?
leaving Wednesday. I'm coming back the next Wednesday. So from the 3rd to the 10th.
3rd to the 10th. And I had
Yeah.
no idea.
It's been such a pitiful weather in here. Like, it's been raining and raining and raining. I'm like,
I know.
oh shit. Like, I know it's June, but I'm going to Cuba. Bye bye.
All right. Good to know. So,
All right, continue on.
it just kind of threw me off that you're leaving again,
Saturday.
but that's okay. So Friday, we are going to Lobster Fest, the Lions Club Lobster Fest at the Best Western. Saturday and Sunday, I was reading about this for a while, and I cannot believe it's already happening. The Glengarry Renaissance Festival is happening in Maxville. Like,
Oh yeah.
and that's really scary. It's on from 10 to 7 Saturday and Sunday, May 31st and June 1st. And it scares me how fast the summer is kind of getting here, and it's going to be gone before we know it.
Absolutely.
And I mean,
Incredible edible plant giveaways on Saturday as well.
yeah, it is the Incredible Edibles Plant Giveaway hosted by Transition Cornwall Plus. There's 4 locations. So you can pick up free plants at the Agape Center in Cornwall, 45th Street West, Mattice Park Pool on Edward Street, Christchurch Seaway, 2 Bethune Avenue in Long Sault, and then St. Teresa's Park, where the Park of Hope is. They have a station there as well. So there's 4 places you can visit. I've already looked at the list. I'm going to be picking up I'll visit the 4 places and pick up probably cherry tomatoes. That's about it, because I'm not doing flower gardens anymore because I'm just scared everything's going to be eaten by the deer, the rabbits, and everything else that visits.
Oh yeah.
So to me, there's no point. I believe Fishing for Autism has an event happening on Saturday at the Cornwall Bandshell from 8 to 4. And then June the 1st on Sunday, there's, I'm not even sure how to say it. It's EID Bazaar. I don't know if I'm saying it right, in Cornwall at the Royal Canadian Legion, 415 2nd Street West. I'm going to actually go to that too, because it looks like a lot of interesting booths from different countries. So I'm going to
Okay.
check that one out. I do want to talk a little bit more in depth about an important event coming up June the 7th, though. It's a fundraiser for Maison Baldwin House, and it's going to be happening at the Fines Home Hardware parking lot. It's called the Barbecue Smoker Boys second annual backyard barbecue competition, with a chance to win a $6,000 Yoda competition smoker. So you've got a competition for the best barbecue ribs and chicken thighs. And then the kids have a cute little barbecue competition for the best hot dog by youth age 8 to 14. So it's going to be cute. Nick Sagan is playing live. And I'm going to be posting an article on our website later today because I've got some photos from last year. So if you want to go check out full details of that, it's a great event to go to because it's a fundraiser for Maison Baldwin House. I
Hmm.
always like to support that because it's a good cause. So that's pretty well all I have. And like I say, the summer's speeding up because we were kind of edging up to the wedding season, and now it's starting in full swing. And before I know it, it's going to be the last wedding of the season in October. It's
It's
kind of
it's
scary.
crazy. It's so
Scary.
scary. It's so crazy. Like I want to ask people if you have a tip on how to slow down time,
Yeah,
please let us know. Send us an email to info@theseeker.ca and tell us how you slow down time because
yeah,
like yesterday was New Year's Eve to me.
yeah.
Like, it's nuts.
I
It's
know.
completely nuts.
Well, I just find we finish one seeker issue, send it to print, and then it's like it's time to start the next one and send it to print. Like I don't know how
Well,
that's
I
working.
think I think time was slower when we were doing it weekly because it was just
Yeah.
like I don't know, like right now it's just flies by, man. It's just so quick.
Yeah, I often tell people we used to do three seekers. So it was a weekly in Cornwall, bi-weekly in Messina, and in Montreal. And it's like, how did we even manage to do that? I have no idea how we
I
did a
know,
weekly.
I know.
Monthly is,
But it's nice to see Barb just going, still just like she's like 40 still, just go 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 because she's doing something she loves. So that gives me hope for the future. Like we're probably gonna be doing this seeker well into our 80s and 90s.
there's
You
no
know?
reason, there's no reason why we can't. We just may not be
Mm.
seen as much, like popping up all over the place like we try to right now.
Oh
But
come on, you're gonna be like your mom, just
yeah,
going like an Energizer bunny.
I know. I know. But like I say, when you love what you do, you really don't feel like you're ever working. And I've always had that.
Absolutely.
I've always felt like
and
that.
and like it's probably the seeker's probably going to be here like 100 years from now too because we have other generations, like it's a family business as well,
Yeah.
Mateo's following in my footsteps, and
Yeah.
so who knows.
He knows it. But talking about the Seeker, guys, we are going to print this Thursday. So if you have anything staycation or tourist related, we have to have it in by tomorrow at noon. And
Please.
please, yeah, because we have to get it to print for a certain time. And I know we always say we're going to have a strict deadline, and then we always trying to get that last minute thing in because we don't want to leave anybody out. But definitely 5 o'clock tomorrow is our deadline. So if you have anything, send it to info@theseeker.ca and keep posting those events on our Facebook group. I can't believe how many events are there. It's awesome.
It is
So much.
so packed. Like there's so much going on and everybody's posting. And when you post it, like if you make an event on Facebook and you share it to our group, it's automatically going to go on our calendar on our website at theseeker.ca, which is doing fantastic, by the way. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the latest numbers, but we've had something like 1.5 million impressions over the last month, and visitors galore. Like it's just we're getting close to 3,000 visitors a day right now. So
Yep.
it's like it fluctuates. Like in normal times we got about 1,000 a day, Now
Yeah.
it's kind of like more on the up. I don't know if it's going to stay there, but like it's fantastic. Like the traffic is unbelievable on our website. So it's a
And
great place for you to put your ads. If you're interested, just go to theseeker.ca, click on advertise, click the online, and then you can set up your own ad. Like you don't even have to contact us. You can just put it on right there.
yeah, and of course, Julia knows all the stats because she's our webmaster. And it's awesome to see. But the other thing that we discovered, and it's awesome, our readership has started from the age of 18 and up, which is
Yes.
great. Yes, they may read it
Actually,
online.
our biggest demographic online, our biggest demographic is 18 to 25. I was really surprised to
Yeah,
see
I
that.
know. Well, you
Yeah,
called me
yeah,
up one day and told me that, and it was like,
yeah,
yes, they're reading it online, but they're actually reading it. So it's
yeah,
awesome. The older generation still want it in their hands. Everywhere I go, they want it in their hands. But the younger
yeah,
people who probably never would have read anything before are now picking it up and reading it too. So, and
yeah.
and I was
That's
so
awesome.
excited when I went to the Norwesters Museum for the Glengarry Arts Collective show on Friday because somebody came up to us and said, "You girls are everywhere. You girls are famous." I'm like, "Oh
Yo,
my God, it was such a nice feel." There's a reason why we do what we do, right?
oh boy. My daughter always tells me it's so funny because she gets comments at school too. You know, their teachers know, like they know us, or it's like, oh yeah, your mom is a speaker. Like it's so funny, but she's always telling me, I love being a nepo baby. It's funny. Anyways, guys, that's it for us for this week. I hope you have a fantastic, fantastic day.
And a super duper week. See you next Monday.
Bye for
Bye for
now.
now.
Bye.